everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Ooh. And welcome to today's Saturday with Stacey YouTube class number 554. What are we featuring today? Well, the next Stacey Park collection with Sizzix has launched. It actually launched May 1st, but it is available here with me now, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. I also have four exclusive items from Sizzix. Has nothing to do with me. I mean, well, it has everything to do with me, don't get me wrong. But before I even knew there was gonna be a Stacey Sizzix, I had been like, I need this, I want this, let's get this done. So over a year in the making, and the first 4 SKUs are here, and wait till you see them. And man, if you're crafting on a budget, these are absolutely gonna make your heart happy. So I have all of that for you. I've got the new Stacey Sizzix, I've got the new exclusive. I'm gonna be playing with glitters and inks and stamps and stencils and a little bit of everything. I'm gonna keep it a little easy today. It has been a very long week for me. I was in Novi, Michigan, and doing a consumer show where I'm not used to standing up for 9 hours on a day, 3 days straight, but I did it and we did it together. And if you came out to the Great Lakes Mega Meet and you stopped by the Marco's Papers booth, thank you. Thank you for supporting them. They were the actual exhibitor there, not me. I just was an invited guest to stand for 9 hours, but I got to play all day and I had so much fun with all of you. I think we all had a really, really great time. And gosh, I think many of you saw, oh my gosh, she's really like that. Yep, what you see is what you get. There was one lady who pinched me. She's like, you are real. I am. So we had oodles of fun, a lot of hard work. I'll tell you, it was a lot of hard work getting everything ready. But once we got there, the energy and the excitement was so electric. You couldn't help but have a wonderful time. So thank you for everybody who showed up. And then I left Marco's and I went straight over to Florida to do a very, 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 very short spot on HSN. And when I say short, I mean, hey, I'm Stacey. Oh, your time's up. No, I had about 20 minutes, a little bit less than 20 minutes to get everything I needed to get done. And in my head, I had it all worked out perfectly. I knew exactly what I was going to do. But it didn't happen that way. Live TV never happens that way. I did not expect to be, I didn't know that there would be some questions asked that I have to answer. Well, I didn't have to, but I mean, it was a wonderful time. I had too much fun. I don't remember most of it. It was that fast, but hopefully you tuned in and saw not only me, but Catherine Pooler earlier in the day, where she was showing off her collection as well. And she too, she's like, you can't believe how quickly 15 minutes goes by. It's just like that. So we'll see what happens. You never know. That might have been my one and done or not. But even if it was, I had the best time. And I just need to say that everybody I met at HSN were just lovely, including all of the other guests. Many of them had been there before and they've done this many times, and they were so kind and so helpful to me. I was there all by myself, and it was a little overwhelming, and they just settled me right down and said, this is what you got to do and this is how you're going to do it. And I said, I can do that. So to everybody who was there at HSN for Crafty Days, thank you so much. From me to you, I mean, I met Kelsey and I met Gigi and I met Brendan and I met Chris and I met Beth and I met Kimberly and I met Nico and I met James. I mean, I met everybody. If somebody would say hello to me, I introduced myself because I knew I didn't know anything about anything and I needed help. So, all right, today it's a whole lot of fun. Again, Sizzix Stacey is here. I'm going to talk to you about that in just a minute. I want to do winner chicken dinner because I have 4 winners. I wasn't able to announce them last week because I had filmed that very early since I was in Novi. So it was too soon to pick winners. So I held off, and we have 4 of you this week. And of course, our winner chicken dinner is all based off of the likes. Hit that like button. Bing, bing, bing. Well, you can only hit it once. It only counts once. Bing. Hit that like button. And the way we decide how much money you get, up to 250 likes, $25. Up to 500 likes, $50. Up to 750 likes, $75. Up to 1,000 likes, $100. And it's all up to you. So you have to not only like the video, you have to post a comment, because it's from the comments that we go and find our winner chicken dinners, and it's always 2 every week. So I have 4 winners for you this week, and each of you have won $75. Hello! You're gonna have a good time with $75, and it is in your online account already. Are you ready for me to announce if you're a winner? First one, Sonia Boyer. Hello, Bauer. Hello, Sonia, there you go. You're a winner chicken dinner. Next one, I know this name, Linda Swerzinski. Hello, Linda Swerzinski. You've won $75 here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Wahoo Kachoo. She is on our live chat almost every week. Live chat's happening right over there. Just say hello. You never know. Somebody's going to say hello back to you. Our next winner is Patsy Tooley. Hello, Patsy Tooley. Congratulations. And our last winner is Dawn Hill. Hello, Dawn. You also are a winner chicken dinner. So I have got Dawn, Patsy, Linda, and Sonia, all with $75 in their online account, ready for them to spend anytime they want. Now we have to do the winner chicken dinner dance. It's just what we do, right? Okay, you're a winner chicken dinner. You're a winner chicken dinner. Wahoo, kachoo, for you. Congratulations to the 4 of you. And remember, the dollar amount that we give away is all determined by how many likes the video gets. And you have to post a comment. If you just like it, well, thank you very much, but you're never going to win. So like and comment. Now, I also have to send out a big thank you to Justin. Justin is also quite frequently in our live chat. Hey, Justin. And if you all noticed, my banner has changed in the back. Let me zoom on in. Justin has sent me a new banner. There it is, Scrapbooking Made Simple, 1 million, over 1 million YouTube subscribers. Look at that. Justin, I love the banner. Thank you very much. And next week, look for something special coming your way. So, yay. I like what you sent me. I hope you're going to like what I'm sending you. Now, winner chicken dinner we've got all done. Justin and the banner we've got all done. I think I want to just talk to you just a brief moment about Scrapbooking Made Simple and Sizzix Stacey. I know many of you have emailed frequently asking when I will have my own Sizzix designs on scrapbookingmadesimple.com or in our retail store. I want to let you know that when I decided to sign with Sizzix as a licensed designer, it was important to support all independent stores, whether they be a brick and mortar or online. It is very hard for a brick and mortar or an online retailer to sell product when the designer launches it at the same time. Typically, consumers will go to the designer and buy it direct from the designer. Now, I've been in that boat. I know it's It's a very rocky sea out there when you're trying to compete head to head with the person who actually designed the product. And so I didn't want to do that. So we took a step back. Scrapbooking Made Simple took a step back from Sizzix Stacey. That way, on the first of the month of the months that I have launches, it goes globally everywhere except for here. I am about 3 weeks behind everybody else. And that seems to be the right thing to do. I can't preach that I am for independent retailers and go shop independent retailers and then launch my own product at the exact same time as an independent retailer, but expect them to stock it when they may not sell through it because I'm doing everything with it. I've got all of these videos and I'm showing it. No, that just doesn't seem to be the fair thing to do. And in my mind, it's not the right thing to do. If you're going to talk the talk, you best walk the walk. And I can't sit here and say that I am an independent champion if I'm going to launch my own product with Sizzix at the same time. By taking that step back, that allows retailers to buy into the Sizzix collections and actually have a chance to do a class or two with them, maybe a make and take, sell it to their customers, and then I will come along a little bit later to add a little more inspiration and have them here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. I know that it is not the most popular decision out there. I know that there has been emails sent to us with comments about this is my decision and I stand by it because I stand by independent retailers. So my next collection launches in July. July 1st, you will find it globally. You will not find it here with me. Not for about 3 weeks. So go shop those independents, support those online stores, support those brick and mortar stores. And then if in 3 weeks time you find that you want 1 or 2 more items, well, I'm here for you. But this is the decision I've made, and this is the decision that I'm going to stick with until I don't know when. I have been on the other side of this, where it hurts, where you invest money into product and you're competing with either the manufacturer or the designer on the exact same day. And it hurts, it's hard. And I know what that feels like, and I don't want to be the one to cause that to anybody. So all of you fabulous SMS peeps out there, thank you for your understanding. It is greatly appreciated. Now today I have got exclusives. I have got 4 exclusive items. I'm going to start with those. I'm going to walk you through my May collection. It's only 7 SKUs, and then we're going to play the day away. I'm going to keep it a little simple because, well, I'm tired. But I think what I have for you, you're going to love. And if you are crafting on a budget, these 4 SKUs will make your heart happy when you see what I do with them. All right, we're gonna tilt on down. I'm gonna show you a couple of quick samples and we're gonna get started. It's good to see everybody. Down we go. In we go. Now, will I be going back to HSN? Who knows? I'm not sure. I did the best I could. They did the best they could. I think, it must be hard for every newbie going to HSN trying to figure out what is right and how to get everything done. Look isn't this beautiful? Look at that. Love this. This is Sizzix pattern paper with one of my new stencils right on top. And then here, I've got another pattern paper below, but I have used my glitter and my stamp on top. So this is a stamp, this is a stencil, and they do coordinate together. The stamp launched in March. The coordinating stencil is launching in May, has launched. So there's the first two. Then I have got another. So I've got the circle stencil is launched in May. That stamp that I've done all that glitter with, that launched in March. And now the two of them are together, giving you even more opportunity to play. Stamp and stencil. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, I could put that in front of the camera all day long. Okay, let's talk about the 4 SKUs that I have that are exclusive. And I know but to me they're everything because I worked so hard to get them. I have 4 new colors of card bases and envelopes from Sizzix. Welcome yellow to the family. Now there's 2 yellows, but the second yellow will not be until later on in the year. Welcome yellow, and what did we name it? We named it Amber. You get 10 cards, 10 envelopes, beautiful weight cards, A6 in size, so perfect for all of their embossing folders. A6 is just a little bit different than an A2. A6 is a little bit shorter and a little bit longer. It's just a little bit different. I would like everybody to please notice there's adhesive on the bump. So super heavy card bases. Amber yellow makes its first appearance in the Sizzix repertoire. They have not had a yellow before, and boy did I need a yellow. Then we move to Lagoon. Is this what do we call this? Yeah, Blue Lagoon. Dreamy. Look at this color. It's stunning. This color is gorgeous. Love it. Blue Lagoon. 10 envelopes, 10 card bases. Now, even at full price, they're just $4.99. But we put them on sale and they go down to $3.99. Look at the color. Now, just saying, those look pretty good together, don't they? So Blue Lagoon is the second color. You cannot get these anywhere else but Scrapbooking Made Simple right now. We have them exclusively, and just FYI, there is adhesive. Yes, see the first round of their cards and envelopes, there was no adhesive. Couldn't figure out why, but there wasn't. All right, the next color is hot pink. We went hot pink. And see, are you seeing a trend? They're all in the same hue. I mean, the tones are just beautiful. And the color is yummy, rich, and it's just a beautiful color. I love it. It makes my heart so happy. 10 envelopes, 10 card bases, extra heavy weight, lovely. And I think your heart will be happy with them. The last color is violet, how do we say it? Mirabella purple. Look at the purple. Okay, yay, right? Now you can cut these up and use these for mats and die cut them. I do lots of things with these. $3.99 gets you all 10 cards and all 10 envelopes. They're not sold separately. It's sold in a pack. And look at how they match. Holy smokes, artichokes. So I have an I want it all for all 4, but you can get them open stock if there's just one color that you love, love, love. But we have them first. I picked the colors. I sat down and Pantoned the colors out. And let me tell you, Pantone books they're no joke. Let me tell you, if you think that there's 100 colors in the world, there's 10,000 colors to choose from. So I picked the colors. The next 4 colors will be later on in the year, and I picked those two. So very happy with my first choices. Different than what they currently have. I have yellow. I'm very excited about my yellow. So these are available right now, both in store and online. And then perhaps a little bit later on, they will be made available to other retail stores. But right now, they're here first, and I'm thrilled. So these are the exclusives that I have from Sizzix. They have nothing to do with Sizzix Stacey. I was working on these literally over a year ago. Now the Stacey Sizzix product that has launched. 7 new SKUs. I have new fanciful framelets. And I do have the storyboards to go with them, so I'll be able to show you the storyboards. 2 new fanciful framelets. I have circles and I have diamonds. I think what's really important to know is that what you don't see, you don't see. So here are all of the diamonds where you've got a die cut and embossing feature, a die cut and embossing feature. But I had room, so I added a few more shapes. And then these 2 little pieces here, this one and this one, they actually do the shapes up here. They let you put little corners on all of these. So you don't see that when you're buying it, but there's more down below. And these are fanciful framelets where you get an embossing feature and a die cut. They're completely separate, so you can use the die, you can use the embossing feature, or you can use them together. Same here with the circles. So you've got die, embossing, die, embossing, die, embossing. Then I had this extra space up here, so I built in a little frame. So if you cut this twice, you can frame in your circles. But then I had a little bit more space, so I added an embossing border. If there was room on the template, I added to it, and that's just the way it went until they told me there's no more room. So fanciful framelets have been wildly popular because they're I don't know, useful, they're essential, they're something that you can have on your making table forever, and being that you've got that embossed element in it, it elevates them. So 2 new fanciful framelets for May. I have 2 Thinlets that are beautiful. Wait till you see the samples. So the main die is the swirl die, but then I was able to add in all these layering pieces, hello, and sentiments. So I did 2 of them where the main die is just the main shape, but then I added in all these beautiful little layering pieces so that you can build these up to anything that you want. So there's the next 2 SKUs. The next SKU is a stamp and stencil combination. So you get both. You get the stamp and the stencil all in one package. This is also a good one to see open. So you know that the stamp is made up of individual stamps. So you can take a combination of these and put them together any way you want. This is not one big stamped element. You could just use the flowers. You could just use the butterfly. You could use this butterfly on the flowers. You could just use the leaves. You could put the leaves on the flower. You could put the leaves on the flower with this butterfly. You could just use the sentiments because I had more room. And to help you with the coloring, we've given you a stencil. And the stencil is a standalone stencil. So you can just stencil if you want. You've got it all built into one, whether you just want to stencil the images, whether you want to stencil and stamp the images, or just stamp the images. It all comes in one package, and it is so pretty when they're put together. Wait till you see the samples. Now the next 2 are the 2 that I'm probably going to focus on today. Here is a standalone stencil. So it is a single layer stencil, and it is priced really, really well. It is A5 in size, which means it is larger than most, which allows you to do an A2 card, an A6 card, a 5x7 card, a slimline, a mini slimline, so a single standalone stencil. But in March, I had designed the stamp set that matches my stencil. So if I pull the stamp set out, again, an A5 stamp set. That means you can do all of those sizes, 5x7, slimline, mini slimline. And when you marry them together, one's going to stamp, one's going to stencil in the color. So I can stamp my image, and then I can lay my stencil right over the top and stencil in the rest of the color. We're going to play with that one a little bit today. And the last is right here. Again, another standalone stencil. A5 in size. So big, lots of opportunity. Cute all by itself, doesn't need anything else to it. But in March, I had done the stamp. So the stamp came first and then the stencil. The stencil is a single standalone stencil. I want to say it's like $7.99 and then on sale. And it lines up there we go. It lines up with my stamp. So now I can stencil all of the circles and stamp all of the circles. Easy peasy. Okay, so let's get started. I know that was a lot. Let's get started for today. And I do have a few pads of paper that are, and I didn't know this company is going out of business, Fairy Hugs. They just announced that they're closing. I have a few of their pads of paper that I'm going to be using today. It is very, very, very limited. We only brought in a few. I had no idea that they were going to be going out of business. So I have 3 different sets for you today. They're open stock. There is no I Want It All bundle on these. And I'm so sorry to hear that they're going to be closing. That makes my heart hurt. So I'm going to be playing with these today, and I'm going to be playing with a Sizzix Pad of Paper right here. And this pad of paper, I chose it because it has colors that go with those card bases beautifully. Oodles of different patterns, and then the patterns repeat only in all these different colors. It's a great pad of paper. I want to say it's like 80 sheets. So I'm going to start super simple today. That's where we're going to start, super simple. And I'm going to grab maybe do I want pink? Do I want yellow? Maybe yellow? All right, let's see what happens. So I'm going to start super simple today. This is for somebody who's just starting card making, has never made a card before. And I'm just going to literally, see, look at that. See, look at how well that matches, right? I'm just going to mat this. That's all I'm going to do is I'm going to mat this. And so let's cut myself a hunk just so people can see how quick and easy it is. That ream, it's almost a ream. Yes, it is. It's 80 sheets. That ream has colors in here that go with those 4 new card base and envelopes beautifully, but also matches many of their other existing card bases and envelopes. It is called Pattern Paper Color Story. And I know we've used it before, but I just had to show it again because it matches these colored card bases so beautifully. So if you're brand new to crafting, $3.99 gets you your card bases. And then I don't know if this is like $19.99 for 80 sheets. That gets you all of your pattern paper. And just as easy as that, look at how beautiful those go together. They're a perfect match. And I didn't look at the pattern paper before I selected the colors. I did it from Pantone books, and it just matched so good. It was like, huh, I guess great minds think alike, Stacey and Sizzix. Wahoo Kachoo. I'm taking some double-sided tape, and I'm just going to put it down. Make sure that you have your card so it's opening the right direction. And I'm just going to do a quick mat. Of course, I'm off center. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to get it up. Okay. Whew. Try again. All right, now if you are just starting, all you have to do, if you really want to, you can just put a sentiment. You can go get stickers, whatever it is that makes your heart happy, and you can just add a sentiment. Sending sunshine. If that's all I do, maybe a little bit of bling, whatever, but if that's all I do, I've still made a lovely little card because my card base matches my paper. I've got a little sentiment going on. You can keep it simple and easy. It really doesn't have to be a whole lot more than that. It can be, that's up to you. But if you're just starting out and you want to make some quick and easy cards, these card bases and that pattern paper are going to let you do oodles of them. Make sure it's facing the right direction, yes. So, sending sunshine. A little bit of tape on the back. And put it down. Add the envelope. And bam, you're done. Simple, yes, but it works. What people are going to see is that you took the time to make this for them. Do they know it only took you 10 minutes? No. Do you need to tell them that? No. They're going to just see the love that you put behind the effort. It is about the effort. So easy peasy. But what if you wanted to take it up a notch? What if we wanted to do just a little bit more? Well, let's see what we can do. And this time, I'm going to bring in I think I'm going to bring in my stencil. Now, just out of curiosity, see, look at how good that looks with the purple. Look at how good these look. Not that one. That one looks good though. That one looks good. Love the colors. Yeah, these look great. Just quick and simple and easy. Gosh, it looks good that way. A little bit more off. Zoop. Looks great like that. But it also looks good this way. It can be just that simple. It really can. I'm going to do half and half. I mean, you have opportunity to play with these. Absolutely. I think I like this one. Look at how pretty is that? Tape it down, put on a sentiment, and you can be done. So again, that pad is the key to simplicity from Sizzix. It really is. It's called Color Story, and I know it's been around. You may already have it in your crafty stash, but it really is Sizzix simplicity at the best. It gives you some beautiful patterns, and it just so happens that the card-based colors that I chose out of all of those thousands and thousands and thousands of Pantone colors happen to match. It was just a coincidence. There's a happy one. Look at how easy that is. Done. Put on your sentiment and let's move on. But I wanted to go a little bit different. I wanted to take this one and maybe elevate it a little bit more. Let's put this over here. And I'm going to bring over my stencil and stamp tool. So my stencil and stamp tool right here. It's a Sizzix product. I'm hoping that that we get to continue to carry them. I know that there's some conversation going on. We have them drop ship them for us. And I know that shipping fees are going up for everybody. So I'm hoping that we get to continue to carry this item, but unfortunately we can't ship it here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. We rely on the partnership with Sizzix to help us ship it. And with them having to look at increased fees for shipping, I'm just not sure. So we have it still online now. I'm not sure how much longer that will be the case, but I just wanted to forewarn you that that is a possibility. So stencil and stamp tool, it is a stamp positioner, but it is also a stenciling tool. And I'm going to use it for a stenciling tool right now, which means I'm going to take this fabulous little plastic alignment tool. Now my sticky grid probably needs to be changed. It comes with a sheet of sticky grid. Do I have a sheet down here? It comes with a sheet of sticky grid. And I do have sticky grid. And so it comes with a brand new sheet of sticky grid. And this is what sticky grid looks like when it's brand spanking new. And you peel off one side and it's tacky. You peel off the other side and it's well, let's just do it. That way you see it. So let me get rid of this one. It's still got some tack left in it. I don't know that I'm going to throw it away. But let's assume that you're getting this for the first time. So this is how it's going to come. I'm going to take and I'm going to peel off the side that does not have the grid. That's the first side that I want to get rid of. And I'm going to line that up. There is a little line all the way around my platform. I'm just going to put my sticky grid right on there. And it peels up super easy. If you're not happy with where it is, you just peel it right up. Not a problem. Then I need to peel off the side that has the grids. And there's a place here that you can pull back and you start peeling it off. Now, if you want to save your sticky grid and have it last longer, you can keep this sheet, and before you put it away every time you use it, you just put this right down on top. And even if it's curling on the sides and it doesn't want to stick down, don't worry about it, because the minute you put the lid on, once you put the lid on and close it up, it's going to go back down in place. That'll keep dust and stuff off your sticky grid. It's up to you whether you want to do that or not. I'll tell you, the sticky grid really does last a really long time, but that is a way to protect it. So I brought my alignment tool, and this fits over here on the top where your lid would go. And this alignment tool lets you move everything, the stencil, where you want it to be. It's kind of like the Wonkavator. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. If you know Willy Wonka, you know the Wonkavator. It moves up ways, it moves sideways, it moves crossways. And that's how this little tool does. So you have no lip on your stencil and stamp platform, no lip at all. So you can use any size paper you want. And if you're doing a continuous stencil, it allows you to move the stencil over and you're able to lift it up and see what you're doing. So I'm going to put it down and I'm going to bring over my stencil, and I think I'm going to use this one. I have the 2 holes at the top. Now have no fear if you have stencils that do not have holes at the top, because really Sizzix is the only one that does that. They do sell converters, and those converters are 10 to a pack. They're super easy to use. They allow you to put holes in stencils without punching holes into your stencil. Let's just pretend that this is somebody else's stencils and it doesn't have a hole at the top or on the side. You take the converter, again, you get 10 of them, and you just line it up. Put it right on, and now you can attach it to your alignment tool. When you're done, you can pop it off and use it someplace else. Maybe you need to put it onto the side as opposed to the top. That's fine. And then once that adhesive stops being sticky, just take a little bit of double-sided tape and put down a new strip of adhesive. So converters are sold separately, and I want to say they're about $5.99 for 10. They're well worth it because it really does allow you to use everybody's stencils with the product. So I've got my paper, my yellow paper. I'm going to butt it. I'm going to put my stencil down. I've got the Sizzix name. I can feel the Sizzix name. I can see the SKU number, -1. That tells me it's the first stencil, and being that this is a solo stencil, it is the only stencil in the bunch. So now my paper is held down by my sticky grid. My stencil is held down by my alignment tool. And now I can go in and I can add some color. And I'm going to just add yellow. I'm going to come in and I'm going to add some yellow right on top of my yellow to add a little bit more of a pattern. So I've got my Stacey Park Premium die bastings from Jacquard, and I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to add some color over the top. So I'm stenciling on pattern paper. Now here's where the cool thing about this positioner is. I can lift up my stencil, look at what I've done, decide if I'm happy, put it right back down, and it realigns itself again. I don't have to tape, I don't have to use magnets. If you were doing this with tape or magnets, well, you're still trying to figure out if you've got it lined up perfectly and adding the tape to the sides. This just takes that whole little step away. And you don't have to worry about if it's slightly off, are you going to have a little bit of white paper showing through? I'm just going to go for it. And again, I'm holding my stencil. Because this is an alignment tool, not a I'm going to hold your stencil forever in tool. You got to put your fingers on it. And what happens if I get a little ink on my sticky grid? Ink doesn't bother sticky grid. What bothers sticky grid is embossing powders and glitters, anything that you would use to make something untacky like baby powder is not something you want to have near your sticky grid. Okay, now I'm up. So now I've added a little bit of a pattern to my paper, and I can then grab my yellow and let's grab my lid and close this up. And my scissors. And trim it on out. And now I've added just a little bit of dimension to my finished project. Just a little bit of dimension, as opposed to it just being the paper. Now I've got just a little bit more something to it. Just a little something extra. And if I wanted, I could take it and mat it. Let's cut it down just a little bit more so I have a little room to mat. Yeah, that gives me a little bit of room to mat. A little bit of Stacey tape. So all I did was stencil over pattern paper, and I used the same color ink as the paper to give that very monochromatic look. I want it to look like the paper was almost printed that way. Adding a little bit of depth and a little bit of dimension. And a super fine matte. I'm just going to do a super fine black matte. Just so it pops off the page a little bit. You guys would use a trimmer. I am freehanding. I'm okay with imperfect being the new perfect. And now I can put it on. And in no time at all, just with that one stencil, I've changed the whole look of that paper. Woohoo! I've changed the whole look of that paper. You are loved. Or I have Sending Sunshine. This is the same paper without the stencil. The stencil just adds a little bit more definition, a little bit more detail, and it's really up to you. It's the nice thing is having the option to do one or the other. This one for one person because you literally have 5 minutes to make a card. This one because you have 10 minutes to make a card. And then they all have the coordinating envelope to go with. Super simple, really easy. Let's see, yellow, yellow. There we go. Now let me clean off my stencil with a baby wipe. Doesn't take much more than that. Just a baby wipe. My Jacquard inks are dye-based, water reactive, and they don't make mud. There we go. So clean, good to go. Now, what if we took and do we want to stamp on it? Do we want to pick a color and maybe stamp? Well, I'm not sure what we're going to get, but we're going to get it. So let's cut this down. Let's see, do we want to use the stamp? Maybe we want a glitter. Do we want a glitter? All right, let's try. Let's glitter. You're like, glitter? I'm like, yeah, why not? What's the heck? What's the worst that can happen? Let's open it up. Well, actually, I'm going to use it as a stamp positioner. So when you're using it for a stamp positioner, there's two sides to the lid. One side is smooth. One side has ridges, and you can see mine's dirty. I know I probably should take something and really clean it up, but it's just loved and I'm okay with it. Maybe a Mr. Clean eraser, but I'm okay with it. And that lid is what fits in here. You just want to make sure that the smooth side, smooth, versus the gridded side is what is face down against your stamp. So let me cut off a hunk of this and let's stamp and glitter. Why not? Let's see what happens. So I'm going to put it there. I'm going to grab the stamp here, put the stamp face down. I don't need the alignment tool because I'm not stenciling. And let's close it up. Open. I am now ready to glue up my stamp, and I'm going to use the Essentials glue pad to make that happen. So the Essentials glue pad is a two-way glue. I use it all the time. And we're waiting for a new order to come in, but I use it all the time. You make a little Z. When you buy this the first time, the stamp pad is completely empty. There's nothing on it, no glue on it at all. This is your glue. It is not a re-inker. I made everybody tell me that. Let's all repeat. This is not a re-inker. You only use as much glue as you need for the job you're doing. So you'll put glue on every time you do something, but you don't get this home and dump all this glue on at once. You only use as much glue as you need for the job you're doing. And then you save the rest of it for the next time you want to use it. It is a two-way glue. And that means that it is going to have to go tacky once we stamp. Let's see if I've got enough going on. It is water soluble, so a baby wipe is all you need. I could leave this glue on here for weeks and it's not going to hurt my stamp. It's not a solvent type of glue where it's going to disintegrate my stamp. Now I'm going to give nice little presses. You all may have one of those little hand tools. I have one here from Polly. I just don't know what happened to it. We came in and we cleaned and we over cleaned. I know it's here somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna pull up and see what I've got. So before I take my paper off, I wanna just see if I can see, I don't know if I can get an image for you, but there's like almost a watermark. This is not like a Versamark. Versamark is Versamark. That is for embossing powder. Essentials glue is a glue. Versamark and a glue are not the same thing. So please don't try to do this with a Versamark. It isn't gonna happen. All right, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna let this go tacky for a few minutes. I'm gonna let that go tacky for a few minutes. And while I'm doing that, let's ink something else up. That's really soft and pretty. That's definitely more red. Yeah, we just do that one. As long as I've got to let that one go tacky, I might as well just do another one while I'm here. So let me lay it down and make sure that I'm close. Oh, spot on. Hello, Stacy. Well done, you. Now I'm going to need to add some more glue. A little bit of a Z. And then once you've run out of the glue, you just buy the refill. You don't have to buy the pad over and over again. I've been using, this is a new pad. It's weird for me to use a new pad. The pad that I have been using is about 10 years old, and it's as grimy as can be, but it still worked. But we cleaned up and I can't find it. There's something to be said for not cleaning up. So let's do this one, and by the time I'm done with this, my first one will have been sitting there long enough to be tacky. You need it to go tacky. This glue, it's all about the glue. It has to go tacky. If you try to put glitter or gilding flakes on it too soon, they'll just wipe away. You gotta give it an opportunity to go tacky. It's called a two-way glue. And I'm just gonna go all the way around. And let's see what I've got. So before I lift it up, I wanna pick it up and I wanna see if I've got an image. Maybe just a little bit more. I'm not gonna add any more glue. I've already got some on here. And because it's a stamp positioner, I can just push it right back on down and it's going to realign. All right, let's give it a whirl. I'm going to pull it off and we're going to see what happens. I got 80 sheets of paper to play with. So I am going to drop a sheet of paper in here. Just so that my stamp lands on paper as opposed to my sticky grid. And let's put it over there for now. Let's bring my original out. And let's grab another sheet of white paper and let's see what we've got. So I'm going to use the second sheet of white paper kind of as a little funnel. You can use copy paper, whatever it is you're doing. I just want to have a little mat down here, and I'm going to use, should I use silver? Let's try silver and see what happens. So I've got microfine glitter here, not ultra fine, microfine. And yes, there is a difference. This is my Couture Creations microfine glitter. It is ground finer than any other glitter, and that's what allows it to hold in onto all the little, see, look at that. All the little detail. Now I just take my finger and put a little bit more glitter down, and anywhere there's glue, the glitter's gonna hold to it. And because this is so fine, it doesn't take a lot to do it. I'm gonna be able to move all this glitter around to all the places. I can take it and just move it all over. And it's gonna spread itself out. And anywhere there is glue, it is gonna start to hold. You can see the design. Oh, it almost looks like it's foil, doesn't it? Because that glitter is so micro fine. Now at the show, I had glitter everywhere because everybody wanted to see it and look at it and touch it and hold it. And I said, when I'm back here working at my space, it doesn't make a mess. And now you can actually see, I was honest, it doesn't make a mess. At the show, boy, oh boy, there was glitter here and there and on my face and on my clothes, and it was hilarious. But now that I'm back where at my space, at my little table here, I can show you. Dust off any excess. The whole goal is to have very little. Like, that's all I have left. That's not enough for me to even try to put back into the pot. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I guess I could have gone to a darker color. I could have done a darker piece of paper with that silver on it. It's very sweet. Can you see the lines coming through the pattern? Very sweet. And then I grab my card. And half of an A5 is an A6. So I'm going to be able to get 2 out of every stamp that I do. And now I've got just a little touch of that color coming through. Cool. And I can mat it down. Put the lid on. Hello, Stacey. Make sure that I'm happy with that. There we go. Pretty. Look at that foil. It's not foil though, it's glitter. And I can put it right down. And it's just got that very slight undertone of that teal coming through. Could have done darker. There's a darker teal in there of the stripe. But I still have that pink to go. One. So can you stamp or stencil on top of pattern paper? Of course you can. It's beautiful. Give a wipe. And I have started. But I have this one still to do. And let's do this one in that dark pink. So I've got a light pink paper, dark pink glitter. I know that looks like a lot, but it's so micro fine. Now all I have to do is start rubbing it all around. Spreading it all around. See what I mean by when I say it'll just keep going and going and going? I haven't added any. And anywhere there's a little bit of glue, it's gonna hold. Okay. Ooh, right? That's beautiful. On top of pattern paper. So let's grab and I'll get 2 because half of an A5 is an A6 and my stamps and stencils are A5 and the card bases are A6. A little bit more off the side. And then I think I'm going to mat this one in some black. There was none left. That's what we like. None left to put away. That's what we're going for. Did I rub it just a little bit too hard? Doop, doop, there we go. I had rubbed it just a little bit too hard right there. All I have to do is put a little bit more back on and we're back in business. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Sound effects required. Zoop, zoop, zoop. A little bit of tape. Now you would do a much better job than I am. I'm just trying to get this down so I can show you. There was one mother and daughter at the, well, there were many mothers and daughters at the mega meet, but the daughter loved glitter so much, mom was putting a little bit all over her. And mind you, this was an adult daughter. It wasn't and she's all about the glitter, and she was just dabbing it behind her ears. It was darling. I met so many wonderful people. A mother and a daughter, and daughter's name was Sydney. Just a lovely little family. And Sydney smiled for the camera. Yay! All right, and then on we go. On patterned paper. So easy to do. So I know that the paper that I'm using, this Color Stories, has been around for a while, and I know that it's going to be on what they call, I believe, a wind down. So when they sell out, I don't think they're going to be replacing it. They have plenty. I'm just giving you a heads up. Look at how beautiful is that. Look at how easy these were to make. Yay! Holy smokes, I got enough sample. I've got samples for days. But what about these sheets over here from Fairy Hugs that's going out of business? It's very sad. I'm so very sorry. I had absolutely no idea. Like this one. Or maybe, oh, that one's beautiful. Let's see what that one looks like. They're beautiful sheets of paper, but when they're gone, they're gone. Fairy Hugs is going out of business. Kind of makes my heart sad. And we are very limited as to what we have. That one's super pretty too. All right, so these are kind of cool all by themselves. I mean, these are super easy to use. They make up a beautiful front all on their own. If you need to keep it simple sometimes, this is a great way to do it. That color matches that purple so perfectly. Take it down a little bit more. Pretty. And instantaneously, you've got a perfect mat in the perfect colors for these card bases. It's crazy how some of this paper just blends so perfectly with it. Mat it, sentiment it, and move on. Sometimes it's just that simple. Sometimes that's all it needs to be. And done. Could it get any easier than that? Right? Hello? Amazing. I have too much fun with paper and scissors. Oh, okay. Too much fun with paper and scissors. And now you know why I love these card-based colors so much. They just go with everything. And I don't even have to try. I like the not having to try part. I think I want a little bit of a black border. I'm going to take a little bit off the bottom. Just a little bit of a black border with that. Then, well, I pulled all of these out because I couldn't make up my mind. Should we stencil on one of them? We could stencil on one of them and see what happens. Could try that. Can't hurt. It's only paper. Kills me just a little bit that it's double-sided. And when these are gone, unfortunately, they're gone. I've had them for a while. I just had no idea that the company was going to go out of business. Trim it out. Isn't that color stunning? And on my happy yellow card, yes, please. Oh my goodness gracious, it's beautiful. Sometimes simple is what's called for. Sometimes simple is what you have time for. Sometimes simple is the person, you know, the person you're making it for likes the simpler things and they don't like the overly foo-foo-y. Yay. Beautiful. Do I have a sentiment? Gosh, I don't want to cover up that much of the paper. Different roads lead to beautiful destinations. Let's see, difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations, and let's... There. Difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. Look at how pretty is that. Done. Now, do we want to try and stamp one or stencil one? Bring that stencil back. I don't know, let's try it. All we can do is try. Pull my paper out. Take my lid off because I'm not stamping. Bring my stencil tool back on over. Lay my paper down. Lay my stencil down, Sizzix facing up. Pull my paper down a little bit more. That way I get the whole thing covered. And how about we do the teal? And let's see what it looks like with teal. I'm stenciling on pattern paper. Why? Because I can. Look at the color. Love the color. This is my teal deal. Love the color. Now, it might not look like what it looks like on my paper, but I can always lift it. Oh, but I do like what it looks like on my paper. Wow, can you see that? So all I have to do is put it right back down again, line it right back up, and continue on. Lovely. I can pick it up. Oh, I like. I think I like stenciling on pattern paper. I think it just adds a little something, something. Let's go ahead. What do we, well, while we're here, let's just wipe that down and let's do this one. We're here. And what color do we want to do that in? In the pink? Okay, we'll put the teal away and let's just do that one in the pink. We're here. Put my stencil down. Line my paper up. I wonder if we did it in the orange, if it would show. I think if we did it in orange, it would show, or you think it would be too light? We did a little bit in this and a little bit in that. I don't know if it's going to show through or not. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm just going to blend the colors a little bit. So I got a little pink going. I've got a little orange going. And all we can do is look, because you're able to lift up and see. Hard to tell the orange. Maybe subtle is the new wahoo kachoo. If imperfect is the new perfect, then subtle. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be okay with that. It's not like bam in your face, but it sure is pretty. All right, now I've done the two of them. That sure is pretty. Look at that, just a little extra something that wasn't there before. Just that little extra hint of something. All on these inexpensive but fabulously made card bases that I had to have more colors. They've had the same colors for so many years. I had to have them. Now, mind you, they are a one and done. They built these for me, they produced them for me, and when they're sold out, they're sold out. There's oodles of them. I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, the manufacturing quantity on these is quite steep. You can't do threes. But they are a one and done. And maybe when we sell all of these, and if other retailers get to eventually sell them, which I think that's the plan, then we next time do another set of 8 colors. This is beautiful. Okay, I'm really happy with this. And this is on that beautiful Fairy Hugs paper. Really happy with it. But we have to move on. There's more to do. Oh, last minute I moved it. Ain't gonna move it again. That's not gonna move. We'll just have to trim it down at the last second. I moved it. Gosh darn it. this up and put that on there. Look at the difference it makes just by stenciling on that background. It just adds that little pop of something. Just that little pop of something. So let's tape these two together. Almost like it was made to be that way. Don't forget, I still have this one. Do I put this one on the teal? Do I put this one on the yellow? I could almost put this one on the purple. Oh, options! The purple, the yellow, the teal. I actually think it's the purple. Is what I think. Am I crazy? I think it's the purple. Yeah, I think it's the purple. Just because it has that perfect little purple bit right down there and right up at the top. Oh, see? Fabulous. All right, but we gotta move on. Gotta move on. Okay, next, what are we gonna do next? What happens if you decide you don't wanna use paper at all? You're like, wait, what am I gonna do if I don't use paper? How about we just use the card bases themselves? What if we just have some fun with the card bases themselves, huh? How does that sound? What if I take my stenciling tool and I take my card base, make sure it opens the right way, I put it down, take my stencil right over the top, need to make sure that the card base is fully, you have all of it being stenciled. So you don't want to have it up here. Let me just zoom in. Can you see that? I've got it too high up here and my stencil starts here, so it would leave this border right there. I need to bring it down a little bit. Oh, get that in there. Okay, so now my stencil is covering my whole card. And what if I just went in with the yellow? Oh, got many yellows, okay. I just went in with some yellow. Now, yes, I'm getting ink on my sticky grid, but I'm gonna be okay with that. just yellow. So I have that tone on tone look. That monochromatic, clean, classic, but with this stencil, a little bit of a whimsy. Now I can lift it up to see what it looks like just by lifting up the alignment tool. This is so cute. I can be done. What if that's all I wanted to do? What if that's it? Right onto my card base. So happy for you. How flippin' cute. Didn't use paper at all. I went straight to my card base. Bam, done. We're gonna have 24 cards by the time I'm finished, but isn't that darling? Love the monochromatic look, love it. I'm not even gonna clean my stencil, we're just gonna do it again. Put it down. Grab my ink. Straight to my card base. Just darling. Now I can lift up. Say, oh, I missed a little bit here. Can you see that? A little bit light right there. No problem. Put it down and go. I love my Make collection. I love everything about it. And if you want to see more about it, I've been using it in my Take Two Tuesdays for the past month. Look at how cute is this, right? It's just darling. All right, I'm gonna put that one to the side because we might come back and do something with it. Let's use how about we do, what do you think would happen if we went with a darker color? Instead of using the coordinating color, what if I went in with a much deeper color? I don't know either. Time's gonna tell. And I need blue. And I'm not gonna clean it. I'm just gonna go for it. so pretty. We'll see what it looks like when I'm all done. Okay, let's lift it up and look. Oh, I like it. I do. Pull it up. And there we go. So this one I went with a deeper blue. This one I went with the pink. It's Cranberry Fizz. Here I went with Admiral Blue. And let's just do one more for the sake of it. And then we're going to take it to the next step. Let's grab a purple. And this one, maybe I'll come in with the Cranberry Fizz again, kind of a pinky. Ooh, look at that against the purple. My goodness. One stencil, one stamp, and the card bases. And in no time at all, you could have, if you bought each of the card bases, you could have 40 cards. I could just sit here and stencil all day long. Now I like the card bases better with the decoration on them. Who says you have to cover them with paper? The card base is the decoration. Ooh! Ooh, I like it. Okay, we've got to move on. So now that I have stenciled several card bases, now it's time to stamp on top of them. Let me just wipe this up. Now I'm going to stamp. So I've done my stenciling, clean off my stencil, and now it's time to stamp. So I'm going to bring over my stamp that coordinates. Back it up just a little bit and bring over the lid to my stencil and stamp tool. I now am going to be done with this one, so I can take and just wipe this down with a baby wipe. Pull it up. Put it back on the liner. And put it away for now, because now I'm going to work with this one. So let's start with maybe this one. And I'm going to glitter. So now I need to find out where my alignment is, because the stamp and the stencil line up. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's it. I can clearly see where my stamp lines up with the stencil. Lay it down with the smooth side against the stamp and the grid side facing you. I'm going to go in and pick it up. Now I've got the sticky grid holding my my card base. I've got my stamp positioner here. Let's go in and glue. Put a little glue on my glue pad. Okay, let's see if I've got enough. Baby wipes are handy to have in case you get a little glue on your fingers. Down we go, give a good press. And pull up. Oh, I can see it. Can you see the watermark where the glue is? All right, put that one aside. Let's do the next one. I'm just going to glue them all at the same time. I'm just going to lay this down just to make sure I'm on it. Yep, I'm going to add a little bit more glue because I got to let that first one go tacky anyway. So now if you have enough workspace, you don't have to take the lid off every time. So the lid will allow you to put it in and open it up and then ink and then close it up. You don't have to take it off every time. I'm just limited in my workspace. So for me, it's just easier to pull it off and do what I need to do and then put it back on. I do like having the option though of taking it off or not taking it off. I'm not lined up. I'm not lined up. I didn't line my stencil and my stamp up. I just made sure that my stamp was on my paper. I did not line up. That is a boo-hoo, but we're gonna glitter it anyway. That was a big old boo-hoo. All right, well, it'll be a happy accident. We'll see what happens once it's done. Remind me on the next one to not only make sure that my stamp is on there, but that it lines up. All right, so here's the last one. This time I'm gonna take my stamp off. And I'm gonna make sure that I've lined it up. Better. Now I can close it up, pick it up, and ink it up. Can't believe I did that. Well, now you know not to do that. So if you're watching my videos for the first time, I am unscripted, unedited. What you see is what you get. I don't edit the little mistakes or the bloopers out. It's part of the journey. It's part of crafting. I am by no means perfect in any way, shape, or form. And to not show how it's real. I mean, this is what it's like. You make an oops, you fix it, you go on, you finish it, and you decide if you like it or if you don't. Sometimes the oopses make the best. This time, no oops. Okay. Oh yeah. See, I can see that. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So let's go back to my first one. Now I'm gonna be done, so I'm just gonna take this and wipe this on down, because I'm gonna be done. There, no longer gluey. And I'm gonna put my little alignment tool back where it belongs, which is at these two little nibs all the way at the top. These two little nibs fit this right there perfectly. That's all those two little nibs are meant for, is to store that alignment tool. I'm gonna put my glue away. And now I've got 3 to glitter. So let's start with the first one. And what color glitter do we want on this one? Do we want gold? Gold? Sure, why not? So this is my, it's actually not gold, it's actually my yellow curry. So it's had time to go tacky. Ooh, too much, Stacey. Way too much glitter. Okay, let's dust some of this off. We can put a whole bunch of this back. But look at how pretty. Oh, that looks good. Doesn't that look good? Woohoo! But I can put all of this back. Way, 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 way too much glitter. I'm going to put it back in. I'm going to wipe off my hands because I got glue on them. I don't have a mess all over. And I'm going to give this a good shake. Open it up and I'm ready to use. Wow, that looks great. Holy smokes, artichokes. A little bit of a dust off. Dust, 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 dust. I love these card bases and I love the colors and I love my glitter. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Well, thank you. Me too. Or do we want Sending Sunshine? Or I'm very proud to call you my friend. Well, that one's very sweet, but it's a little long. I can do. I'm so very proud Bam! Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Okay, we got 2 more to go. Holy smokes, artichokes. Let's get out the glitter. And let's do the oops one. It happens. Let's do it in maybe the blue. This time I'm not going to use as much glitter. So everywhere I feel the glue, I'm pushing the glitter up to. Okay, let's dust off. Well, the glitter looks great. It's just slightly off of the little circles, but you know what? I'm actually okay with it. So let's get it all off there because it's wanting to statically cling. That's why I put it in the jar and then shake it up. Because this is clumpy, it wants to statically cling. And that's not what I'm looking for. So let's close this up and shake it up so it gets rid of that staticky cling. There we go. You know, I'm actually okay with this. Look at the color. These are beautiful. Oh, okay, one last to go. Let me get rid of all of that. And let's go ahead. So the goal is to have no glitter left. You're ideally not putting anything back in the jar. And let's do this one in the pink. So tap, 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 tap. All right, let's start with that much. I went super light on the glitter. I might need to add a little bit more, but I shouldn't have anything left over. So that was good. None left over. That's how you want to do it. Look at that. Nada. Nothing. Perfect. And look at the color. These are fun and they're easy and they're done. So happy for you. And I used my stamps from my March collection, but my stencils from my May collection that coordinate. Woohoo! Do I have any sentiments left, there's always a reason to smile. Sending sunshine. Oh, this one is a smiley card. Now, who isn't going to love that, right? And the thing is, the glitter does not flake off and fall off and chip off. Once it's down, it's down. So you're not going to have it coming off everywhere because it's held by glue. You just have to make sure you burnish it enough. And see, look, I didn't even get any on there. You burnish it enough and you dust it off. And then it's not flaky. It doesn't come off. It's done. So I did these 3 cards and I went straight to the card base, stenciled straight on the card base, glittered straight on the card base with my stamp. Holy smokes, we did so much today. Let me just show you. We inked straight to the card base. We stenciled straight to pattern paper. We just matted pattern paper. Look at how beautiful it is just matted on these card bases. We stamped and glittered on pattern paper. We did all of this. We stenciled on pattern paper. We just cut and pasted. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. They're done, they're simple, they're effective, and you can get so much out of that pack. And by using the stencils to add just a little bit more texture, a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more punch, using the stencils, the glitter, the inks. We did all of these. And then we went straight to the card base. Because I love straight to the card base. I think that looks great. This one we didn't stamp on top of. We just left it with the polka dots, with the big dots. But here I couldn't help myself. Here I had to take the coordinating stamp and then use glitter. And here I used the coordinating stamp and I didn't pay attention to what I was doing and I didn't line it up, but I don't care. It's done and it looks beautiful. And this is all done using my new collection from Sizzix. You knew I had to tie it around somewhere. So, the 4 exclusive card bases. Yes, you can buy them open stock. Yes. But we also have it as an I Want It All bundle. There is the Blue Lagoon. There is amber, a yellow, oh, happy day, I love you, you're yellow, and you make my heart happy. Yellow. There is hot pink. And then there is Marabella Violette. But what I want you to see is how the colors are all in the same kind of hue. They all look good together. And the next 4 will do the same. They're kind of like Julie colors. They're just, they're rich and they're so different from what they currently have. I am in love. So 4 of them to start. $3.99 a pack, 10 cards, 10 envelopes. You can't go wrong. Then I have what's very little. We have some Fairy Hugs paper. Really pretty, beautiful papers. Lovely. But when they're gone, they're gone. I have very little. Had no idea they were going out of business. I'm so sorry to hear that. You have my deepest sympathies. It's hard to go out of business. It's hard to close. It's hard. Breaks my heart just a little bit. Well, it breaks my heart a lot, actually. I've got the Sizzix paper pad. This is their color story. It is 80 sheets. This is what I was using to stencil on and to stamp on. And there's so many sheets in here that work so beautifully with those card bases. It is holy smokes artichokes. Fabulous. And then somewhere over here, way over here, I have all of my product. So I have 2 new fanciful framelets. I have 2 new Thinlet die sets. I have a stamp and stencil combination in one package. And then I have my stamp from March, which will be in the YouTube Yummies, along with the stencil from May. We used this one all day long today. And then I have my stencil from May along with my stamp from March. And we use this one all day long today. You may already have this. Now you need to grab this. They work seamlessly together. You may already have this. Now you have to grab the stencil because they do work seamlessly together. Let me show you. Not like I didn't show you samples already. I mean, we made about a jillion of them. SMS guy Michael Jr., he's going to have to take pictures of all of these. I can hear his excitement already. Oh, so pretty. Everything is so pretty. Okay, so the storyboards for the fanciful framelets. Here are the diamonds. Oh, wrong way. So here are my deco diamonds. You've got it with the embossing. You've got them without the embossing and all the extra pieces. You have frames with the embossing. You have frames without the embossing. So the embossing feature, no embossing feature. Here we did letterpress through the Big Shot machine. So you don't have to letterpress with a better press if you don't want to. These dies work inside a Big Shot machine to transfer. Then we've cut them and did the letterpress. And then we foiled them with a foiling machine, like a Go Press and Foil. Ooh, all foiled up. So those are the fanciful diamonds. And the fanciful diamonds are part of a series. I had 4 release in March, and these are the next 2 to release. And oh, Stacey is part of a series of fanciful framelets. Every collection I release, I'll release another fanciful framelet or 2. Here are the circles, and you can see the beautiful detailed edge, the embossing edge. But if you don't want the embossing edge every time, you don't have to have it. There they are without the embossing edge. Here they are as frames with the embossing edge. But maybe you don't want the frames with the embossing edge. There they are. You don't have to have it. Here it is letterpressed. Here it is letterpressed and die cut. Here it is foiled. Foiled and die cut. My fanciful framelets do more than any other type of a nesting die. They dice, they slice, they swim, they dance, they sing songs, they do it all. So you get each shape and you have so many different things that can be done with them. Now let's look at samples for the entire collection. So here's one that I did earlier playing around where I kind of blended the colors together. And here is one of the Stamp and Stencil where you get the two. And I could decide, I could put any combination of product on here that I wanted. I could have had two butterflies. I could have gotten rid of the leaf. I could have gotten rid of the flower and only had the butterflies. Here we have the Stamp and Stencil that I was using today. And this time we used embossing powder with it. Isn't that pretty? And here is one of my stamps from March, but with the, see, there's the embossed element on the outside and the window is cut on the inside to just add that element to it. So the stamp is from my March collection, but that circle is from my May collection. Same here, and here's Reveals paper. When you tear it, it sands to a lighter shade. Here it is with the embossed element. Here it is with the embossed element, but you don't have to have the embossed element if you don't want. Here is just the stencil we were using today. All this is the stencil, blending color all the way down with my Jacquard inks. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. It's an inexpensive stencil. I want to say it's like $7.99, but you can do so many card sizes with it. Here is my butterfly and floral. And this time we didn't add any leaves. We didn't. We have no leaves going on there. Pretty, isn't that beautiful? Here is my Swank Spiral Thinlet with all the little pieces popped back in. Look at how cute is this one. This one's by Kelly Kitteringham. Hello, Kelly. This is darling. Just darling. And here is using the butterfly from my Farfallina set. That's what it is. It's my Farfallina set where they've used embossing powder and embossed it in white. They've stamped it to act as a resist and then inked over the top. And this is Brennan. Hello, Brennan. I love it. It's beautiful, Brennan. So Brennan stamped in embossing or in Versamark, put down white embossing powder, used his heat tool, and then once you do that, you change this into a solid. It's now a plastic, and all that ink is going to resist it. That came out beautiful, Brennan. This one's lovely. I'm so very proud to call you my friend. This one's good. Kelly, this is beautiful. So she's taken all of my diamonds and she's stamped and stenciled with the Stamp and Stencil that we used today. This looks amazing, Kelly. Just lovely. Oh man, Kelly, the next one's yours too, and I love it too. I don't know how I picked up all of yours in one spot. Look at this. Oh, this is gorgeous. That's with my Thinlet. Oh my goodness, holy smokes, artichokes. Wait. There it is. Look at what she's done with it. So this is the main die right here. And then she pieced back in. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And that's my it's called Refined Rays, Cosmopolitan Refined Rays. And the other one is my Swank Spirals. Oh, this is Tanya Brooks. We've got the Stamp and Stencil I used today. So the stamp is from March, the stencil is from May, and then she's used the circles, my fanciful framelets. So cute. Look at that. Darling. This one's elegant. Oh, Zelda. This is Zelda. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So she's got the floral. She just put a strip of color. Wow, that's gorgeous. And she just did the floral. She didn't add the butterfly. She didn't add the leaves. And then there's always a reason to smile. That's beautiful. That's absolutely gorgeous, Zelda. Ooh, on your special day. Refined rays done in opulent. Hello, Zelda. Look at that. Refined rays done in all opulent paper. Yum. And this is Brennan. Brennan, this is beautiful. Okay, so he took my, it looks like the stencil. Looks like the stencil. He inked, stenciled, and then sprayed it so it misted all together and kind of watercolory. Then he stamped and used white embossing powder on the flower. Then he took the Deco Diamond right here, cut it out, and popped it up. Really good. I'm trying to see if you stamped or if you stenciled, or if you did both. Love it. Brennan, that looks beautiful. Oh, this one's good too. Laura Lynn. Okay, Laura. So this is my Swank spiral die. This is the main die. And she's stenciled below it. No, she has stenciled and she has paper pieced those right back in. Oh, this is beautiful. So this piece here, the mat she did as a stencil. Then she went in and she did a second piece with a stencil and she die cut it and she paper pieced them right back in. That's stunning. Oh, and how cute is this? Brennan, you knocked it out of the park. I mean, hello. Easy peasy done. And he's used my stencil that matches my stamp. We used this one all day today. And this one's gorgeous. Tanya Brooks, happy birthday. Yes, please, you can give me a card like this anytime. Look at that. Again, she's got my Radiant Rays and she has paper pieced. I've given you all of the matting to do all of this. You've got the dies to do all of it. You don't have to figure it out at all. No math for you. All you got to do is die cut and then put them back into place and bam, you have got this magical moment. Okay, see? Here we go. Zelda. So Zelda stamped and colored and then she cut the rays with it. This is gorgeous. She's added the leaves, no butterfly. This is absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh, they just get better and better. Kelly Kitteringham. Oh my gosh, Kelly, this is it's so fresh and so bright and so happy. She's got the stamp and the stencil in the background. She fussy cut. Okay. Oh, she fussy cut. You've got the circle going on. This is just lovely. It's so bright and so spring and so happy. But wait, there's more. You're like, more? I know. A whole pile full. We've got to go through them all. Okay, so this one I did with just the paper from today and put a sentiment on it and called it done. And it's in the new card bases. This one I did using just the leaf stamps from the Farfalina set. I just took the 2 leaves and stamped, and then I took the stencil and laid the stencil right over it and colored them. Here we used part of one of the diamonds and the stencil I was using today. Isn't that so cute? And then look at how bright and happy is this. Blending with my inks on the stencil and then coming back with black ink and just stamping on top. Again, using the diamond as a window, and we've got the sentiment behind and then stenciling on top. These are by SMS Girl. This is by Mary. This one's also by Mary. Taking the circle, doing all the embossing. You've got opulent embossing and then just cutting them in half. Isn't that a clever way to use those circles? And here we have oodles of reveals paper. Claire, I think, did this one. And she tore and she tore and she tore. You've got the circles going on. Oodles of Reveals paper there. And then we've got Swank Spiral by Yvette. And here, again, she used the stencil we were using today. The main Swank Spiral is the black die, but then I've given you lots of opportunity to matte and layer. In fact, there's another layer that would sit on top of all of these, and she used the stencil we were using today. Now Claire did this one, and this is just using the stencil out of Farfallina. So if you don't want to use the stamp at all, here is just a card in the beautiful stencil. Sending hugs using the stamp and stencil we did today in the circles. This is Laura Lynn. This one's pretty too. Zelda and Brennan, hello. Fabulous, look at this. So she did all of her coloring, and then she went in and she die cut with the diamonds and then popped them up, making her own decoupage. Laura Lynn, stunning. Wow, Laura, this is beautiful. All done with my Radiant Rays. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and who did this one? Tanya, this is beautiful. So here we have Swank Spirals. Oh, I love the little swag of flowers over the top. It's gorgeous. Swank Spirals, it's a great die. Here we have Congratulations by Zelda. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Just do your oh, she took and put a piece of masking tape here because there's no paper there. She masked that off and then did all her stenciling, did her stamping, pulled off the mask, and then stamped her congratulations. Yeah, she did a masking technique there. Tap into your magic. So pretty. Again with Zelda, here she's used the embossing feature around the outside. She's used the circles, and then this is from Farfallina. The butterfly is just beautiful. Difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. This is by Tanya. Love how she popped these up on the side. Very clever. You've got, and she also masked off because you've got the stencil in the back, and then you've got the Farfallina flower and part of the butterfly, and yet it's only one piece of paper. Lovely masking technique. Tanya, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then this one is kind of dreamy. This is by Laura Lynn. Look at how dreamy those colors are. Really pretty. Okay, I'm hoping that I got everybody in there. My girls, everybody. Holy smokes, artichokes. What did we think? Yes, my collection launched on May 1st. I know. Yes, I didn't have it available. I know. Yes, it was the right thing to do to support the other independent retailers out there, the other online retailers out there who are buying into product who then shouldn't have to compete with the designer. It just should be that way. I wish it was that way when I bring product in. So I guess because I know what it feels like to have to compete, I don't want the other stores to have to compete. I want to be a support to them. I want to be a partner with them. I want to be part of the independent Go Team Go. And hopefully by doing this, it helps. It helps because I know how it feels when you buy something and then the designer or the manufacturer launches it the exact same day, and it's just so hard to compete. So we did a little bit of everything today. I played with my May collection. It's only 7 SKUs. Yes, there's an I Want It All for it. I really focused in on the 2 stencils that coordinate with the stamps that I launched in March. So easy peasy. And then to sprinkle a little bit of goodness on top of all of it, the cards and envelopes that I've been waiting for have arrived. The first 4 colors out of 8. And the envelopes have adhesive. If that is not a wahoo kachoo moment right there, I don't know what is. So it is me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, licensed designer for Sizzix, Jacquard, and Couture Creations. You saw my Jacquard inks today, you saw my Couture Creations glitters today, and you saw my newest collection from Sizzix. Hang tight, there's more to come. But for now I'm gonna leave it up to you. And hopefully, if nothing else, you had a great time just hanging and having fun and crafting and chit-chatting back and forth. That would make my heart happy. All right, you guys, again, it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you on Monday for our next Make It Monday event. Until then, everybody, bye.